Okay, we need to talk. I've been saying since I started this account in June of last year that I believe a tipping point is coming. And I think we are entering the first phase of it. We see their play now. We see it very clearly. Now, a lot of us have been calling this for months, for quite a long time, but it is becoming painfully obvious. So, and I believe this is uh, a concerted attempt right now. This is not a coincidence. A few days ago, Stephen Miller came out and said that leftist terrorists are the greatest threat to America and talked about how the government is going to pursue, investigate, prosecute, and imprison any and all leftist terrorists. And I need you to understand, by leftist terrorist, they mean anyone who disagrees with the government. I think they've made that very clear. So then Donald Trump comes out with his speech in which he makes all of his election claims and his election denial stuff with zero proof. He says that he is releasing documents to support his claims, but the unclassified documents do not support his claims at all, and in fact, in some cases, support the opposite of what he is claiming. And then Mark Wayne Mullen, the current head of DHS, comes out and talks about how they are going to mandatorily change the voting process and demanding that states purge their voter rolls and threatening state officials with prosecution and prison time if they don't comply. So, for all of the people saying we're just going to vote this out in November, I am not that confident that that is going to be enough. So, we see their play. So, what do we do? What do we do? That's the question. And I'm no prophet. I don't have answers for you guys. Like, I don't have a blow by blow, this is how we win. I do have knowledge of how resistance works. I have a lot of videos on that. But resistances change their tactics with what the regime is doing. Protesting is good. I've talked about the benefits of protesting. And for all the people who say protesting doesn't work, protesting combined with very loud, unrelenting media campaigns and political pressure is just as examples that I like to use how we've gotten Gilmar Abrego Garcia and Liam Ramos back. You remember little Liam in the Blue Bunny ears? And that's just a couple of examples. There have been a lot of examples. So I believe that between now and November, this regime, especially Donald Trump and his sycophants in the cabinet, are going to do literally anything and everything that they can to try to suppress dissent and rig the elections. Okay, so just voting in December is not enough. So I don't have definitive answers for you guys. What I do have is a few ideas. Okay, so first of all, for all of the people that I've heard saying we go underground, we stay quiet till November, bull fucking shit. That's what they want. They want us to quiet down so that they can do whatever they want, set up whatever they want, intimidate and prosecute whoever they want until they can rig this election. So no, the only thing that has proved effective with this regime is loud, unrelenting, continuous public protest, media campaigns, social media campaigns, political pressure campaigns. The other thing is fucking solidarity between now and November. And I'm going to be real with you guys. In case things go bad and they steal the fucking election, and it is a possibility, this is our time to double down on creating networks. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, talk to your coworkers, talk to your families, okay? Anybody, and I'm not saying be that obnoxious person that's always trying to push politics down people's throats, but seriously, know your openings. Hear when somebody is expressing concerns about the way things are going, and talk to them. And talk to them about the ways that they can make a difference. Talk to them about voting, about protesting, about making sure that you are registered to vote. Double, triple check, because I have heard a lot of stories that people are being already somehow magically unregistered to vote. So, and I'm pretty sure that stuff is going to continue and get worse. In addition, we need to be forming mutual support networks, okay? Again, talk to the people you know. Sorry about that. One of the most important things that we can do right now is to support each other, okay? And that's not just politically, that's as a community. If there's someone in a vulnerable situation that you know, if you have an elderly neighbor, somebody who's, has a disability or something, try to talk to them and make sure that you tell them, hey, here's my phone number, or here's where I live. If you need food, if you need, whatever, let me know. And you would be surprised how small gestures towards your friends and neighbors and coworkers, because mutual reciprocity isn't coming in and saying, hey, buddy, if I do this for you, you do that for me, okay? It's not a scratch your back mob bargain type of situation. Mutual reciprocity usually starts with generosity. Mutual reciprocity, if you don't know, is, a lot of people think, the basis of the social contract. It is essentially a form of social contract in which you say, hey, if you need something, let me know. And maybe later down the line, they'll help you out. It is an extremely old form of social kinship, which dates back to prehistory, in fact, and is still seen in a lot of societies, like gift giving at Christmas. Or there's Polynesian societies, right, where a few times a year, certain groups will host a feast, and that responsibility travels between tribes. So everyone takes a turn in hosting the feast, and the feast is hosted during the lean time of the year. So every tribe takes a responsibility and a turn in helping to feed the other tribes. That's mutual reciprocity. Okay, so that's what we need to be building. Kinship networks, mutual reciprocity, coalitions. These things don't appear overnight. We need to be building them now, because whether or not things go our way in November, honestly, we are going to be in for a fight. Even if things do go our way, we are going to be in for a fight against the DOJ, HHS, basically the entire mechanism of the electoral branch. And if things don't go our way, it's going to be worse. We are going to need each other more than ever. So basically, love each other. Keep the faith. Be strong, because I know you are. I believe in us.